My version of Acidic Concoction focuses on the balance between damage and defense. In this build guide, I will show you how to reach over 80% of deflection chance and also a 34 seconds of poisoning. Let's start by explaining a bit about the Acidic Concoction. There's two parts of the skill, the hit part and the AoE damage part if you are able to consume a poison from the enemy. You can simply ignore the hit part of the skill. This part is not your main source of damage. All your damage is coming from the acidic burst from consuming poison from another skill. Acidic Concoction is designed to be an AB skill. Concoction itself cannot poison enemy. The whole point of it is to consume poison from another skill to deal a huge part of damage. For the actual damage calculation, I won't go too deep into it. I got another video explaining the damage calculations. You can check out here. All you have to know is that in order to build around the acidic burst, all you have to do is create a long-lasting and big poison hit from another skill, the A skill. I would continue calling it the A skill, the poisoning skill here, so that your B skill, your poison concoction, can create a bigger acidic burst based on it. The poisoning skill here we choose is the poison burst arrow. Mainly because of the line here, poison infected by this skill is also affected by the skill effect duration, which means that we can increase the poison duration by a lot with the help of increasing skill effect durations. You can see it, we got it up to 44 seconds here. Jump into the support gem we used it in our build. Starting with Acidic Concoction, you have to know one thing, the 150% here with the acidic burst, it cannot be modified by any means, including like passive skill nukes, including like AoE related support gems. That's how it's designed. If you want to increase the damage from it, you can only increase it by increasing the poison from another skill that it consumed it. For the remaining two support gem, I choose the blind on hit and also cutting strike. They are both quite self-explanatory. Blind is quite useful in our build, and someone will choose bounty here to replace like cutting strike. But I would say that if you already got enough damage, you won't be like consuming quite a lot of fast charges during mapping and during bossing. So I would say that it really depends on how your progress. If you are still consuming a lot of fast charges to use Acidic Concoction and you have a sustaining problem, you can use this over cutting strike. But I have to remind you that it cannot help your sustain when you are light bossing. And for our A skill, we used the Dialis Desire to increase both the quality and our level of the gems. Quality is quite important to our build as it will provide more magnitude of poison we inflicted. If you don't have the money for it, you can just use a regular +1 level. We also use Deadly Poison for 30% damage, Concentrated Area for 30% more damage. Also, as we are using both set of our weapons, it means that we can utilize this new support to gain 30% more damage. We don't care about the attack speed here because to be frank, most of the time you only hit once and then you throw your concoction and then everything dies. So it doesn't matter if you are attacking slower with these support gems. For the last support gem, we used the most important one, the prolonged durations with more skill effect durations. For mapping, I will often use Nova Projectile over the duration so that we can clear the map without aiming and with more confidence. But bear in mind that if you do not have enough damage, this support will actually affect you a lot. But if you're not having enough damage, I would recommend you to use some other skill to be the clearing skill, to be the mapping skill. Something like Gas Arrow could do the trick. The reason why I didn't use like another mapping skill is purely because that I'm a fucking PoE 1 player. I will have a fucking stroke if I have to press more than 2 buttons. So that's that. If you feel more comfortable with another mapping skill, go for it. Fine arrow is another important part of our build. We used it prolong the duration, overabundance, and also multi-shot to create like 2 fine in the ground that could also be poisoned by our skill. There's some bug with it that would cause our damage to inflate a lot, but even without the inflation, I'm going to do it like conservatively. It provided you with 2 extra source of poison target, and when you are bossing with these 2 beside the boss, you can hit it for once, and then all 3 poison will be consumed to create 3 individual AoE bursts. They can overlap with each other, effectively creating 3 times more damage to the boss. As we want more poison damage for our A skill, we used the 2 curses in our build. We used the temporal change for a longer duration of our poison on the boss, and we also used the despair so that the boss have less chaos resistance against our poison. That would indirectly increase the poison burst damage from our poison concoctions. To deal with the limitation of your curse, we used the new like support gem here. It can ignore the curse limit, with the fact that it will potentially reflect back to you, but with the help of a curse to the ground, for some reason the curse will not be reflected to you, so you can use it as a getaway. And also we used it like curse effect and also +1 level of supporter gems. The reason why we use our temporal chain as an aura is basically because I'm lazy, and during mapping this can greatly reduce the attack speed, the movement speed of your enemy near you. Is quite a good both damage and defensive options for your build. For the curse aura, I used it like more AoE effects, also increase the magnitude of curse, more AoE, so that we can have something like 5.5 meters of our curse radius. We also used the alchemist boon to like sustain our flash charges with the help of some increased quality and also these support gems. We can get it up to like 0.3 flash charges per second. That's quite good. For the reader, it's quite self-explanatory. We reader the enemy so that we can have like more chaos damage, more poison damage on it. In turn, indirectly increase our damage from the acidic concoctions. For the support gem, I use prolonged durations +1 level chaos gem to it. The remaining 2 is basically help with my defense and mapping. When you get too much level to your main skill, to your A skill, the mana regeneration will become a problem to you, although you have a flask to use, but this one can actually provide me with like quite a lot of mana sustaining. And another thing is that using this one can help you to keep you alive during mapping for quite a bit. Now coming to my gear, basically everything is self-explanatory, but what you're looking for in your bow is just a bigger number in the physical and damage and the chaos damage, because you don't care about the crit chance and the attack speed. The +4 level to all your attacks and the onslaught is from Ascent, so you basically doesn't have to look for anything in the suffix, only focus on the prefix to get as much physical damage and chaos damage as you can. For a helmet, you want some resistance, you want some life, you want some evasion rating. The increased spirit reservation is only to help me fit in the cannibalism, but if you are fine with not using this one, then you can like get away with less spirit, or simply just replace this with another mod. If you are also using poison burst arrow to clear like me, I'm lazy, then you will have to get a penetrating quiver as the base, so that you can map it with more confidence. But if you are using some other skill, you can use another quiver, another base. What you're looking for is just the +2 level to your projectile skill, the flat face, the increased damage with bow skill. The attack speed is just a cherry on the top. I got it from the first try of desecrating it. I don't have other option to choose, so I choose this one. For both of our rings, just look for some rare, some life, and some evasion rating. There's nothing special to talk about here. For our amulet, all you have to look for is the life and the +3 to level all projectile skill. The rest is just cherry on the top. Quality is quite good for us. therefore I choose the quality over some other options. For our glove and our boots, you want like movement speed on the boots, life, rest, evasion rating. It's the same for your glove, but the most important thing is that if you are able to get an exceptional one, that is items with 2 sockets on them naturally without the need of corrupting it, then you can create something like that with using an acid to add that increased effect of shortcutted items. In this case, we are able to get a 60% increase of poisoning magnitude and also a 60% increase of our poison duration with the help of that increased effect of shortcutted items. Based on similar reason, I choose these unique items for increased wither magnitude. It allows me to actually reach 100% of wither on the enemies as long as they stay there for long enough. For our chest, the most important thing is the spirit. You have to get enough spirit to do what I'm doing here with wither, with alchemist boon, with your oracles. Another thing is that the evasion rating is also very important. The rest is just rest and also like deflection rating. That one is also very good. You can also get a shield slot when you are using concoctions. This allows you to actually use the raised shield to block some attack if you want, and also it can provide you with some extra defense whenever you start using your concoctions. But bear in mind that when you are attacking with your bow again, the defense from the shield will be disappearing, but that's fine. That's just cherry on the top. That's basically everything with my gear. Choose your charm as you like. There's nothing special about it. You have to get the gain charges per second on your mana flask for mana sustain, of course. The rest is just whatever you like. Now coming to the ascendancy, of course you have to choose the acidic concoction. That's the whole point of the build. I would recommend you to choose both of these nooks because you have no idea how much confidence it provided you with when you are mapping and when you are generally playing the games without their being affected by slow and have no like speed penalty. This one doesn't really work as your concoction will consume the poison on enemy. When the enemy dies, they don't have a poison on them. It cannot spread to other enemy. For the remaining one, I would actually choose the passive point because you can also choose this one and this one, but the passive skill point is quite important to me personally because I don't know, I find many of the nooks on the tree now worth taking. The whole design of my passive skill tree is to get as much jewel socket as possible because jewel is quite important to our build. It fits perfectly into our build with all those damaging mod, poison duration, ailment durations, also those magnitude of ailment, magnitude of poison. Just look for all damage nooks. There's quite a lot of option here, so it won't be quite expensive compared to other build. I also used the Heart of the Well here to provide me with skill activation, extra damage, and also the quite important one is the increased evasion rating from recruited body armor. It can get up to 60%. It fit right into our build as we also took this nooks here to provide us with a lot of evasion rating. For the defensive part, we choose all the evasion rating nooks and also the deflection rating nooks so that we can get a lot of deflection. But the whole point with evasion is that it's unreliable. We hate that. Therefore, we would sacrifice the unreliable from the evasion to get up to 85% chance to deflect with lucky chance to deflect. To rank with 30% of evasion and also 85% chance to deflect, your defense is quite solid. But of course, there will be one hit that occur every now and then. That's why I also built another layer of defense on top of it with these 3 nooks. As long as you got mana with damage taken from mana before life, you basically got a 16% damage reductions based on just these 3 nooks. That's extremely good. You can also get more damage taken from mana before life in your amulet from the desecrated mod, but bear in mind that if you got too much of it, you will get tankier, but sometimes you will have issue with your mana sustains, cause all those mana is used for defensive. For the damage nooks in the tree, just get the toxic poison related thingy, and also some more skill effect duration, and skill effect durations. I also anointed this one in the tree. This one in the tree, it provides you with 35% of poison duration basically. And then the rest is just some skill speed, movement speed here, and some attack damage here. That's all the damage related nooks on my tree. As we are using both set of weapons, we also use those weapon set points that comes with it. Poison concoction, acidic concoction cannot poison. That's why for the weapon set 1, that's my poison concoction. I spec into those blind effect nooks. It can get up to 100% of blind effects with the 20% here. What it does is just simply makes that the enemy have lesser chance to hit us as they got less accuracy rating, and we got a higher chance to hit them as they also get less evasion rating. I don't know if you can see it clear. This is the weapon set 1 with blind effect, and also blind effect. And here is the weapon set 2 with all those poison related things for our A skill, for our poisoning skill, for our poison burst arrow. I know there's some bugs with fine arrows and the interaction with concoction that will inflict your damage, but I'm here to guarantee you that that's actually fine because you got enough damage and defense to all clear everything. I also did some other testing, but I'm not going to show it here. If you want to know more about the bugs and more about the damage calculation of the skill, you can check out some of my other videos. I'm Victor, and that's basically everything with my build. If you got any question, leave a comment, and also maybe consider subscribing, my friend. Remember to have fun and enjoy my build. See you.